Hey, so I just wanted to provide like a quick update of my life. So I know I haven't really been, oh dear, that's quite loud. I hope that the iPhone camera actually do capture a lot of my voice. But anyway, I think I just wanted to share a bit of an update of my life because a few of my friends texted me saying that, hey, what's happening? Why are you not uploading as frequently? Is Alibaba's share price collapsing affecting your mental health, affecting your mood? For all those concerns, I thank you once again, but I think I just wanted to first apologize for not being active enough. Or some might call it, hey, why have you actually stopped uploading? I think long story short, I believe that, especially in life, like the weather as well, there are different seasons and there are definitely different ups and downs of how we essentially manage our life. So in this case, I'm kind of swamped with many things, and this, for those of you who don't know, this is my final semester in school and I've decided to stay in hall for my own personal reasons, and that is why I'm kind of just enjoying life for the last 2-3 months before I actually graduate for real. So you can see around me it's just random greeneries. I'm just walking on a random street in NTU, and yeah, that's about it. Don't worry, I'm trying to get into a routine and try to find back my cadence and my rhythm for uploading again. So that's the first part of uploading on my own schedule. I think the second part is a lot of people have been also asking me, hey, Chigeng, what's happening with Alibaba stock? I thought Alibaba is like 120 just a few weeks back, and then today it's trading like at $80 or something, and it fell like 20-30% in like 1 month. Of course, I know that it kind of jumped 100% within a few weeks as well, but then what's going on? Why is it down 20%? I think for one, of course, even though I'm busy, I'm still kind of keeping up with the financials market because essentially that's kind of like my quote-unquote job, right? I need to know what's going on so that I can update you guys and stuff like that. But I honestly just wanted to say, hey, we do know that for those of you who signed up for buying into Chinese stocks, it's going to be a volatile market. It's going to be a volatile investment journey. So just hang tight. If your investment thesis didn't change, why are you constantly being riled up by many of these stock price movements? I think that's the second part. And I think that there was also many comments that I see online, right, saying that, oh, I think you made a video about how Chinese stocks are going to explode in 2023. Oh, that video aged well, you're stupid and stuff like that. Hey, relax, man. This is just March. We're just 1 quarter, or not even 1 quarter into the year. There's still a long way to go. So let's see whether Chinese stocks will actually explode in 2023 or not, or whether I'm wrong. But I mean, I have been wrong on Alibaba for quite some time now, so being wrong for a few more weeks or a few more months doesn't really matter. But that's it. I think a lot of my investment theses are kind of still intact and still in play. And yeah, that's probably about it. Do pardon me. I'm literally on the streets and there are random people walking around, so I kind of don't really want to be judged. But anyhow, I think just to circle back to the point on whether I'm wrong or not, I will make a separate video, trust me on this. I think there are many concerns around the Chinese consumption being rippled down, and oh, the Chinese consumer confidence is not back yet. Regardless of how much stimulus is going to come into the economy, it's not going to impact the stock market and stuff like that. Generally speaking, I think we really need to see the earnings of many of these companies in order to make a very specific and accurate prediction and judgment. But at least for now, earnings haven't really been released yet, at least for Q1 of this year. All we are seeing are just, because many of the numbers that are reported are backward looking, so they are what happened in 2022. So we need to have a clearer picture in 2023. Yes, I know a lot of the PMI figures, a lot of the CPI figures from China and stuff like that. We all know that most of the numbers are kind of made up. So I would prefer looking at corporate earnings, meaning when I look at Tencent report Q1, I look at Alibaba reporting Q1, and I try to triangulate with many of the data points, then I would trust those figures. So I think in terms of that, I would just say that for many Chinese bullish investors, try to stay a little bit more patient and try to look through the noises and just wait for things to appear, rather than just constantly sitting at the edge of your chair. Hey, what's going to happen to my Chinese stocks and stuff like that? We can't control what the market is going to do. We only can control whether we are going to buy or what we're going to do. We only can control our actions. That's the second part. And I think the next part, asking me about whether I'm bullish or not, of course I'm still bullish. I think in my last update video, I did kind of allude to the fact that 90% of my portfolio is in China. So if 90% of my portfolio is in China, do you still think that I'm not bullish if I'm not doing anything? But yes, a lot of people are saying, oh, you're not updating anymore. What are you doing now? You're just, are you scared or something? To be very honest, I think everybody is kind of busy with life and stuff like that. YouTube is technically not my full-time job. I'm a full-time student, a part-time YouTuber, and it honestly doesn't pay my bills unless somebody starts paying me, or like, I don't know, I start a membership or something. But anyway, since it's not my full-time job, I'm not really obliged to do anything. And a lot of people are saying that, hey, do you know that in the financial markets, what's exactly happening? You look at Silicon Valley Bank, you look at what exactly is transpiring in real time. Why are you not jumping on the bandwagon and make new videos on it? I'll just like to say that unless I have new insights to share, or I think that something is poorly covered, specifically at least in Chinese stocks, I think it's quite poorly covered. But if not, if I think that a lot of all the other content creators out there doing updates on SVB, and they're doing a perfectly good job talking about how bond yields are being affected, how the banks are essentially mismanaged and stuff. Why do I have to jump into the bandwagon? Because I'm clearly not trying to value add into the space itself. That's one part. And the second part is, for those of you who really want to kind of know my thoughts about it, I do have a podcast channel, the Backholder Pod. So we do come together once a week to talk about current affairs and things like that. And we do talk about the SVB issue and stuff. But it's not really in-depth, and it's really just a chit-chat conversation. So if you just want to know my rough thoughts, you can head over to there. But for my channel, I think I kind of do have autonomy of, or I do have control of what I want to say. And I think the benchmark that I've set for myself is really, I think unless it's kind of undercovered, or if I have new insights to share, then I will share. If not, I'll give it a pass. I'm probably not going to talk about the Silicon Valley Bank and stuff, even though I know that the views are there and a lot of people are looking out for that topic. That's that part. Next up, I think in terms of, I just wanted to talk a little bit in terms of mindset shift as well. So a lot of people are saying, hey, look at this. If let's say your portfolio is 100% in Baba, in the last few weeks you lost like 20% because from the highs of 116 or something, and then it's down like $80, so it's more than 20% down. I think myself included, if you guys burn, I'm burning together. A majority of my portfolio is in Alibaba, and when I look at that kind of allocation, I look at my, I would say, net worth, or my the value of my portfolio is going up and down. It's extremely volatile. I'd just like to say, in terms of this mindset shift, right? If you think about it, for those of you who are still young investors, and I know that a lot of you are young investors, most of you are actually in your 30s and 40s based on my analytics. If you think about it and postulate outwards, the amount of money you have today, it's probably going to be lesser compared to the amount of money you're going to earn in the next 20, 30 years, especially for those of you who are in your prime working years. And from that perspective, do you think that you want the stock market to remain cheap, or do you want the stock market to be extremely expensive and it just continues climbing? I do know that in terms of at least our style of investing, which is quote-unquote value investing, whatever that means, we all want to buy cheap and sell high. Buy low, sell high. That's the traditional way of saying how you should invest. But I think perspective-wise, especially for those of you who are investing from the idea that, hey, you want to accumulate compounders, you want to accumulate high-quality companies in your portfolio. You need high-quality companies to perform. You need to give them time, that's one. And number two is you need to buy at a cheap valuation. So if Alibaba keeps trading downwards, let's say 80, 60, 40, 30, 20, are you more excited at 80 or are you more excited at 20? And by 20, I think it's the cash on their balance sheet is more than $20 per share. So from that perspective, you're getting a great deal. You're getting a great bargain. And why are you complaining? So I think that's just one very interesting mindset shift that I keep thinking. Isn't it better if it's at $60? Unless you're like all in, or you're on leverage and you'll get margin call or something. If not, it's a great time to accumulate. I mean, that's my own personal opinion. And of course, please do your own due diligence. It's not a buy call asking you to buy into Alibaba or stuff like that. But I think more importantly, you should also take into account on a portfolio basis whether you over-allocated, under-allocated and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the normal way of just investing in general. Last but not least, I think some of you have been also asking me, oh, what am I currently doing? Am I still buying? You're not updating much anymore. You're not talking about your portfolio and stuff. Don't worry guys, as an investor, at least even as a content creator, I am still buying. I'm still increasing my exposure in companies. If I have cash flow, additional cash flow, incremental cash flow, I'll throw into the markets. But I'm definitely doing it at a much slower rate since the start of, I don't know, actually in the middle of last year, I've been slowly adding. I mean, compared to my previous addition at the start of 2022, it has been a lot more aggressive. Now I'm just trying to conserve cash and try to deploy it at least more effectively, in my own humble opinion. And last but not least, I think I just wanted to end off with this note. The idea of, hey, all of you should know what is your strategy in the market. So at least for our strategy, which is when we want to buy when things are going crazy and people are just running away from the stocks, I don't know how do you call this kind of investing? Is it value investing? Is it distress investing? I don't know. But I would just like to say, many of the stocks that I hold in my current portfolio, at least in the short term, it does seem like there's a lot of headwinds around the company. So all the companies that I pick, Chinese tech basket, everybody know that probably the tech crackdown and stuff, the government is against them and blah blah blah. Then I also bought into companies like Meta and even your big tech like Amazon and your Google. A lot of them have their issues. Amazon doesn't know how to effectively monetize. Google, their ads are getting destroyed by Microsoft ChatGPT and stuff. So when you are buying into company, oh, and I also have Chinese banks. So Chinese banks, they're saying that, oh, it's going to collapse. The Chinese government is going to dilute you until no tomorrow and stuff. China's having a Lehman 2.0 crisis or whatever kind of nonsense headlines there are. At least from my own investment strategy, I know that a lot of the companies that I buy, in the short term, there's a lot of headwinds. So the only quality that you need as an investor to kind of combat and to complement this strategy is to have patience. You need to really wait. You need to know how to differentiate what's noise, what's actual issues that are going to affect the company or affect the industry as a whole. So from that perspective, if you guys are very, very clear with the type of strategy that you're using, then I think these issues shouldn't be affecting you. I think the worry really comes when you're not clear or the strategy you're employing is against your personality. And from that perspective, then I think it will be very dangerous. So at least for me, at least for people that have been holding Alibaba for like a good 2 years, 1 year plus, I think you guys have really saw $60, and at 60 I think I was down more than 50-60%. This time around it's coming back down to 80, then okay, it's another day and it's a good day to continue accumulating. So I hope you guys enjoyed this very interesting short chit chat session, and I hope you guys love walking vlogs. And yes, I did prepare, so this is my notes. If I have been referring to my notes, I apologize, but yeah, I hope this is engaging and informative enough for some quick and short live updates. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next video, but more importantly, I will finally see you guys on the moon. Goodbye!